that late equaliser last weekend at Rugby Park. But you must have been delighted at putting on such a performance in the absence of so many key players, the likes of Presley, De Vries, Hartley, Kaznorbo, Severin, to name just five.
Yeah, we had difficulties going into last week's match, especially with Elvis pulling out at the last minute. So, before the game I'd have been fairly happy, Rob, to get a point. But always, when you're a goal up with 3 or 4 minutes left and you lose one, there is a little bit of disappointment in there. But I went home Saturday night and we'd played 3 away games and taken 5 points. So it wasn't too bad at all.
Did you have your usual glass of dry white?
I did, yes.
Just the one?
That's a silly question.
It was, actually. I'm renowned for them. Here's another one, probably. You had 7 players by the end of the match last weekend, 7 players, 21 and under on the pitch, which, with so much uncertainty going on about Hearts at the moment, is really encouraging about the future.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next couple of seasons here and knowing the quality of younger players that are at the club. Both our under-21 sides and under-19 sides are doing particularly well just now. The amount of players that are coming through in the first team is very satisfactory for me. And the future looks bright.
We spoke earlier on in the programme to Jim Duffy at Dundee about uncertainty. It's the big word in Scottish football at the moment. It makes planning somewhere between difficult and impossible. I mean, can you assure Hearts fans that the likes of Mark De Vries or Presley or Webster won't have to be sold in the summer, or might it come to that if you have to make savage cuts again?
Well, I think you're asking the wrong person, to be honest with you. I think that as far as I'm aware at this minute in time, we have to reduce the wage bill again by around about a figure of £850,000. Now, there is uncertainty surrounding the club. I don't know if that will still be the case if somebody else takes over. If the club does go Murrayfield or it stays at Tynecastle. So I'm not really sure about where I'm heading with my budget, to be honest. And to that end, I haven't really been able to speak to players and indicate whether I can keep them on or not. And that makes it difficult trying to get players to focus on football matches and doing their best with this sort of uncertainty in the background.
Craig, it's Gordon here. We upset Jim Duffy earlier on by forgetting to mention they had a game today, so we're going to mention your game, and you've got Rangers today. Now, a lot of the fans are obviously expecting or hoping you can catch Rangers and try and get second spot, get between Celtic and Rangers. Do you see that as attainable between now and the end of the season?
Well, it's a tall order, isn't it? I mean, I think we're 12 points behind, and Rangers have a game in hand. And what I know of Rangers, in any time in the past, whenever they've come off the back of a couple of bad results, then they've been determined to make up for that and to win their next match. And I'm pretty sure they'll arrive today at Tynecastle with those thoughts in mind. But we're in reasonable form. We've got a number of players back today after suspension and injury, and we're trying to win the match. That's the thing. Whether we can catch Rangers, I think that'll be difficult. That would probably require Rangers to have almost a collapse between now and the end of the season.
Is that maybe, Craig, more a question for next season as you look ahead? If you can keep the sort of strength of squad you have, if you can have these young players coming through to boost the depth of the pool as well, that you actually might be able to have more of a go at Rangers next season?
You know what they say, take one season at a time. Well, the future of the club is for younger players, but sometimes that can bring inconsistencies as well. And what I've tried to do over the last 3 years is to blend the sort of older players and the younger players to give us a consistency on the field. And we'll try again to do that next season. There's a number of younger players who forced their way into the team and stayed in. There's others who've been in and out, and they'll be a year older next year. And the possibilities are there for them with the cutbacks that there's likely to be in the summer, that there'll be places. What we're hoping is that the players improve between now and next season. And, I'm not saying that next season we can definitely catch Rangers, but every season we've improved, and I'm hoping that we can improve again next season.
Yeah, used to be one game at a time, now it's one season at a time. Always good to hear from you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Craig.